only the Gators get out alive. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Badgers will put total leather to crank us up. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Offense set on first down. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best four programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. All things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Gets it out quickly. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on second and 4. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a third and short. Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on third. He looks that one in nicely. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game from the toss play.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. To the ground with the back. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
It's first down from the 11.
29 Philly.
A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Second down. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Slips a tackle. Into the end zone. Ball in the air. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
Smith takes the handoff. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. And he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it down the left. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
And the Badgers have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
The Badgers will punt it away on fourth down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Bringing it back, it's Abrams. Slips through the line. Very little will make the crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising.
You got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I love it. I love first down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Oh, nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run, gets the first down, and doesn't get whacked. Beautiful.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. And here comes the offense on second down. Keep it on the ground. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Here we go. It's a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, on that third down play, I think the quarterback's got to do a little bit of better job really selling pass. I think he kind of hurried it up too fast, got the ball to the running back. He didn't fool anybody. Back got tackled for loss. Now it's fourth.
And it'll be down right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Trying to escape and get it himself. At the 35, he's got room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Man, you got to lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory, now 1st and 10 from their own 45. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there. He knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Here comes the offense on second down. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
To the air, it's Glagway. Quickly to the tight end. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job.
Oh, the fake. The up man looking for room. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
Well, they thought they had the look they wanted for a fake punt there, but the defense was just way too alert. Give them credit for getting the stop, and now they set their offense up in great field position.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to punch it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You've got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up a 3 spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Glagway. Looking for an open area to his left. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Pulls and fired completely. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down coming up.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. On 4th down, looking to pass. Finds his man enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Gators want to move quickly.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to
makes the grab inside the 30. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's Brown. Oh, the spin move. Touchdown, Gator! A great catch and run for 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Just about set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David. Only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Hey, I like this by the offense. Nice job of not forcing it, having to throw the football. Put your offense in a better position to succeed. That's a nice 2nd down play.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Couple of yards short of the 1st down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Can't hang on, he muffs it. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll go to the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulders.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. Lowers those pads. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And
Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown, Wisconsin! And that one will give them the lead. The trickeration, the flea flicker, the gadget plays, such chicanery and shenanigans and duplicitous dealings from this offense. David, how do you describe it?
Well, first I need a dictionary to understand what half of those words mean, but I kind of go with the Statue of Liberty. That's easy to understand. It's got more meaning behind it than just football. The Statue of Liberty is by far the best.
Gentlemen, the Lone Star Showdown is underway in the great state of Texas. Here's a quick update between the Horns and the Aggies. Texas A&M rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting days of Johnny Football and Mike Evans. Gig 'em Aggies indeed. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The offense set for a first down play. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Setting up the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's loose. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. Still running at the 40. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Comes out throwing on first down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense is really bad.
This offense has a second down play. The give is to Smith. Smashes through. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. He's looking downfield to throw. Buys a little extra time. He's going to take off. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
true as he puts 3 on the board. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Utah is getting smoked. This is unexpected. This is alarming. And I've been on social and already seen a couple of recruits change their minds. They're trailing by 28 to Penn State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
Didn't help themselves much on 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 20. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
They've got 4 receivers out there, 2 on either side on 2nd and 3. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Going for the big play. Snags it inside the 20. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Gators have their offense in high gear. They'll run it. It's Baxter. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At the 13-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10.
3rd down coming up.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last 3rd down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area of the field.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coach. You know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets it in.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Guys, that last trip, a little
It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with it. Red pass, it's complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
losing a couple on that last play. Here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
That's the end of the third quarter. Florida 14, Wisconsin 13.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to get it through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the pass hits, picked off. Bringing it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Brown has it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number 1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Dropping back, it's Lagway. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and I like teams that are aggressive. When offenses go empty and spread you out, you only got so many guys to protect your quarterback, and the linebacker comes through and hammers the quarterback and gets the sack.
And it's right down the boulevard.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession to give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Dances away. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They're bringing heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
That's the way you get things going. A huge play and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him and it forced the incompletion.
Now 2nd and 10. They'll try to get outside. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gators! Oh, and that elusive victory is oh so close, and they can hang on till the end. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
13.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Their last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And the Badgers headed quickly to the line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now saving.
Gonna let it fly. Fires and picked off. Looking for more room. The 40. At the 30. Running inside the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet.
Got some room headed to the goal line. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback checking off. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take...
He's off to the races. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Trying to find his man on first down. He lets one fly deep. And he's got it inside the 20. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Gets it out fast. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Badgers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. He's looking to throw. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Badgers!
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Number 82, Halsey in the end zone.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Trying to punch it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And the kick bounces out of bounds. They will not get the onside attempt, but they will draw a flag. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Getting some heat. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Gators will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the offense is really backed up as this ball is down at the 5.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
He'll start this drive firing. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Feeling some heat. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
From his end zone, he'll go up top. Makes the grab. It's Henry. Oh, better look out! And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He's going to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
They come to the line hoping to get some of that yardage back from the 17. On second down, wants to throw it, using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
It's now second down.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On second down, wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
On third down, going up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. And the Badgers getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Going for it all. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. On second down, he'll let it fly. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning